Welcome back to Hello Nigeria. Now we have some eye candy for you here on Hello Nigeria. Joining us is an on-air personality with Nigeria Info FM, a voice-over artist, a producer, and a TV presenter. Her name is Onye Ekuman-Kana. She's our co-host for this segment. Good to have you.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, so today on the show, we're looking at long-distance relationships, distance. So we're going to ask, what is long-distance relationship? What constitutes long-distance relationship? Has anybody on this set or outside experienced long-distance relationships, and what are the chances of them surviving? We know that it can be extremely difficult, but what basically are the statistics or the probabilities of them surviving? We'll be opening the phone lines, and those of you who have experience, please let us know. Even if your long-distance relationship is from Lagos Island to Lagos mainland, all of them is long distance. So please call the numbers on your screen so that we can be a part of the conversation. But it's a delight to have you once again.
Thank you very much.
And two of you did not give me the memo, the both of you. Why are you guys looking like lawyers? White and black here. I didn't get the memo. Wow. Okay. I guess I decided to stand out and not blend with the crowd. Now so.
It's okay. We'll allow her have the chance to do tomorrow.
All right. Let's start with long-distance relationships first of all. Has anybody on this set experienced long-distance relationship? Please signify by show of hands.
I don't know if I would consider it long, but I mean, there was some distance involved.
Please, how distant was the distance?
Ekpe and Agbara. Secondary school.
That was so qualified.
Exactly. But then, you see, in that case, a young teenager, then, still very young, of course, but then a teenager, then, it was emotionally stressful.
Okay. Okay, so tell us about how long your distance was.
Between here and somewhere in the east. Ain't it good to be specific?
Somewhere in the east. You don't want to say, Mommy, she has had boyfriend. So that are you not of marriageable age, my friend? Own your long-distance relationship. Okay. So none of us has done inter-country relationship or attempted, we are talking. I've tried to do we are talking. But you say that we are talking and I'm in Nigeria and you are 6 hours behind me. The talking is not really always, it's not flowing well because, man, I need to sleep, bro. You can't be calling me at 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. in the night because it's 3 p.m. your time. And I'm just trying to sleep. So do long-distance relationships, what are the challenges? So I've raised one of the challenges that long-distance relationships face. One of them being time zone differences for those who are doing intra-country or inter-country dating. So what are some of the ways for those who have been through long-distance relationship, or you've seen somebody, maybe you should share with us some of the tips that you felt that helped them navigate? Well,
so according to research that I have made, I found that, very interestingly actually, that an anonymous writer once said, if you want to learn to live together, you have to first learn to live apart. So honestly, I was surprised. And I'm like, okay, this is food for thought. And then also, this is quite contradictory as well. I saw something else that said excessive communication should not be a thing. So don't feel the pressure. Don't try too hard to keep in touch, because at some point, loving becomes tiring. So you get tired of loving. So let it flow naturally. Of course, it's important to greet yourselves at the beginning of your day, different time zones, and at the end of the day, keep yourselves up to speed with the major important things in your life, no matter how mundane they may seem, no matter how irrelevant. Just so, you're still very much a part of my life, no matter the distance. But at the same time, don't make it a chore. Don't try too hard to keep in touch, because at that time, at a point, loving becomes tiring and then it just becomes stressful. And I'm like, this shouldn't be a chore. This should be something that should flow. You mentioned something that stood out for me, something about making sure that you start each day with a conversation. So I'm going to ask you ladies, how many times a day, minimum, should you have a conversation with someone you're in a relationship with? At least how many times in a day? I'll start with you, Esther.
I would say 4 times for someone.
Hey!
I see my eye open.
Wait, 4 times every day, at least 4 times a day?
Yes, the reason being...
Okay.
Good. Okay, so I could in a way be termed an emotion junkie, but there's a side to it. Somebody like me, I love it when I can speak to you regularly and talk to you. A time comes when there's a 1 day, 2 days difference and I don't do that. Fact is, I won't run after talking to you. Now, if it tarries, like you just said, I might just naturally, in my head, lose the... So
for you, out of sight and out of hearing,
so it's one of the reasons why when I hear people say, I'm married and I'm working in Lagos and my husband is somewhere in Abuja, I look at them like, really? For me,
it won't work for you.
I would just naturally begin to see you as a flatmate.
All right, we have a call coming in from Surulere. Hello, good evening, and thank you for joining us. Hello? Okay, unfortunately, we lost our caller. Please call back. We have a few more minutes before we wrap up the segment. And of course, Sharon Oja is coming up next. Oye, how many times at least should you have a conversation? So that means it can be more than 4 times with you, but minimum is 4 times.
No, 4 is maximum for me. It's fine.
Okay, no, not maximum. I was asking minimum.
Minimum twice.
Twice. Okay, what have you?
I agree. 2 times, at least 2 times, especially considering what personal activities I have. I mean, as much as we're in a relationship, I have my life. You have your life as well. So my day might be packed with school or work or my personal hustle. Same thing for you. You don't want it to seem like I'm bombarding your space every second, I guess. Oh, hi, babe, what's up? No, like it becomes annoying. Or, you know, I understand we're distant, but moderation is always key in every situation. So
And
twice,
I don't even think that these rules apply to just people in distant relationship. Even if we're both working on the island, I would think that there are certain basics of conversation. So I think all of us agree we're all on the same plate when it comes, on the same table when it comes to morning and evening. For me, starters, minimum, morning, evening, or twice a day. And even if you can't do it in the morning, somewhere in the day, just, you know, send a message to say, hello, babe, I'm not dead. We have a call from SA, calling from Sierra Leone. Hello, SA, good evening, and thanks for calling.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Thank you very much for calling.
Good evening.
Essay, have you ever been in a distant relationship?
I'm presently in a distant relationship right now.
Amazing.
Oh, how far? How distant?
4 years now.
4 years. Okay, so where is your partner? Nigeria, outside the country, where?
Nigeria, Kaduna to be precise.
So from Lagos to Kaduna.
Yes.
What would you say are some of the things you've been doing to keep your relationship alive?
A constant conversation, calling each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many times a day do you call SA? At least,
Sorry?
how many times a day do you both communicate?
I can't count.
You can't count. Oh, how cute.
yeah. We do communicate every day.
SA, are you planning to marry this person? Or are you planning to be Lord of the Rings?
Relationship police.
By God,
To make her Lord of the Rings, actually.
by God's grace.
All right, we wish you all the best.
well.
Thanks for calling,
Thank
SA.
you.
So, thankfully, technology has made things easier beyond phone calls. You can do video calls.
Exactly.
You know, you can keep the person abreast of what's going on in your life, and it's not expensive anymore. Back in the day, you want to send a text message, it's 30 naira. Now it's just like how many?
4 naira.
Easy,
Exactly.
instant
And you don't even
access.
have to do that. You can do WhatsApp. Yeah.
And then the calls now, WhatsApp calls, which are somewhat cheaper. And in technology playing a key role again, you know, you can do fun activities online together. Like if you're both the gaming type, you can play online games together, like compete against yourselves or join teams and compete against other people. So it's just you have to be creative about keeping in touch, basically.
But I think we have to actually know that this is not a general happening for everybody. There are people who don't talk to each other for days, and they still get to talk to each other for like maybe once in 2 days or 3 days, and they're still good.
But when
I
they
don't
talk,
know
they
how that
talk.
kind of relationship works, though, where you are in a relationship with someone and for 4 days, people are not talking, when it's not that the person is offshore and you are onshore. I don't know how that's going to work for me. But let's hear from Fola calling from Jos. Hello, Fola. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi,
Thank you
good
for
evening.
calling. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
All right. So are you in a distant relationship, Fola? Or have you?
No, I'm married to him now.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Tell us how you both survived. How did you cope?
I coped well.
Okay, so how distant were you both?
Adamawa to Abuja.
Okay, and how often were you seeing each other?
No, like once in 3 or 4 months.
Wow.
Oh, bless. And you're married now.
Yes.
So do you feel that the distant relationship had any impact on your marriage, positive or negative?
Positively.
Oh, great.
Tell us how so.
We talk every day, often.
Okay.
Like 4 or 5 times a day.
Okay, so that helped you communicate more, the fact that you were distant.
Sorry?
The fact that you were distant helped you both communicate more.
Yes.
All right.
So we were dating before we both graduated, and then
Separated.
we all went our separate ways.
Okay, how long did you date for? Last question.
Before we parted,
Before you got married.
we dated for 7 years.
We officially crown you the queen and the champion of the long-distance relationship. You know, you have done an amazing work, and thankfully you both ended up together. Congratulations. And thank you so much for calling. Oh, wow, 7 years.
That's
Okay, so I never really got to answer the question of long-distance relationship. Yeah, I did one. I was in university, and it was so from Delta to Kano. and we barely saw.
And
I figured during that period, that long-distance relationship was not really for me.
Exactly.
Now I'm starting to see, you know, okay, maybe I can be open to it, because I've started to meet people that are probably not within my space, far away. But I feel like it's a lot of work. It's going to involve a lot of calling, a lot of texting, a lot of video calling. Now I'm a very physical person. Physical in the sense that I like to hug. All of you know it. I'm a hug star. And I feel that there are some quarrels that hugging will solve, that lots of video calls will not solve. But at the end of the day, everybody do what rocks your boat. You know, what rock your boat will sink mine. But, you know, we wish all the best to those who are in distant relationships, and we can't wait to see more marriages in the year 2019. Marriages that will stay, not just marriages. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
To enjoy more of these our Ogbonge videos when you just watch, press this button to subscribe on top of our YouTube page. You go love her.